Today I'm going to show you a drink which bridges the gap perfectly between tiki and aperitif, and it's called the Junglebird. And when you look at these ingredients, you might not immediately think that traditionally they're going to go together, but when you taste the drink, I think you'll be shocked at how amazing it really is. I'll also show you a riff on this recipe which I think I created, and if I did create it, then it's one of my finest creations. So today let's make some Junglebirds. So the Junglebird was created in the 1970s by Jeffrey Ong in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And the drink takes its name from the bar in which it was created, which it's inspired by, which is the Aviary bar. And it has those tropical notes as well as the bird theme, so Junglebird is a perfect name for the drink. The drink itself bridges together two very different styles, which are kind of tropical tiki drinks and also aperitif style drinks. And it has a really nice balance of acidity and sweetness, like a lot of tiki drinks, but also those kind of bittersweet notes, really refreshing and crisp that we associate with aperitif style drinks. So to make a Junglebird, we're gonna need a black rum, such as Gosling's Black Seal rum. Then we're gonna need Campari, and even rum and Campari are a slightly less familiar combination, but actually work really nicely together. We're gonna get our acidity from freshly squeezed lime juice, our sweetness from a cane sugar syrup or a white sugar syrup at a 2:1 ratio, and I'm using Monin. And then finally, bridging together the acidity and sweetness, and also bringing a really nice kind of creamy, foamy texture. I'm gonna be shaking this with pineapple juice, and this is a really kind of key flavor in the drink. So first of all, in our Junglebird, we're gonna start with our Black Seal rum, which is gonna be 45 mils. And this brings those really nice treacly, molassesy flavors, giving a really nice solid base to the drink. If you used a lighter rum, I don't think it'd really cut through, with Campari in particular being such a big flavor. So the darker the rum you can get, the kind of richer and more intense flavor you can find, that's what you're really looking for. To our rum, we're gonna go 15 mils of Campari, which is a bittersweet liqueur, which brings those really nice kind of bittersweet, pithy notes to the drink, which are a little bit unexpected. And then our main source of acidity is gonna be 15 more mils of freshly squeezed lime juice. I'm gonna go 10 mils of our 2:1 white sugar syrup, and I'm using Monin cane sugar syrup as our form of sweetness. And this also helps the texture of the drink, bringing a little bit more viscosity. So you might want to add a little bit less of this if you really want it to be a nice dry drink, because we are getting sweetness from the Campari and the pineapple, but up to 10 mils I think is a really nice balance in the drink. And then to finish off, we're gonna go 45 mils of good quality pineapple juice. And if you can squeeze your own or juice your own, even better. But with store-bought, it still works really nicely. So now I've got our classic Junglebird ready to go, ready to be shaken. I'm gonna start talking about a drink that I think I might have created, although I might not have done as well. Although I've never seen it done before and I can't find any references to it on the internet. So if it's not on the internet, maybe it doesn't exist. But what I'm talking about here is if we think back to a Negroni, you also have a White Negroni, where you make substitutions which do change the characteristic of the drink and very much the look of the drink, whilst also maintaining the kind of DNA of the core drink. So what we can do here, with our classic Junglebird, we can make a few little tweaks which change it from being kind of rich, molasses forward, and also quite a dark, deep red color, to being a white version, which isn't clear, isn't necessarily a white completely, but it's a much lighter version which has similar but also different characteristics. So the first substitution we're going to make to go from a classic Junglebird to a white Junglebird is to lose the Gosling's Black Seal rum, which obviously is a much darker, richer color and characteristic, and replace it with an aged white rum, Eldorado 3, or your favorite white rum. Then we're going to substitute out the Campari and bring in another bittersweet element, which is going to be Sousa, which is a bittersweet gentian-based liqueur. We're going to keep the lime juice. I'm actually going to change our classic cane sugar syrup for something slightly different, which is going to be a Monin coconut syrup. And this slightly changes the flavor profile of the drink, bringing a little bit more kind of tropical notes, a little bit more like a pina colada, but very different as well. So in with the coconut, and then we're going to finish with our pineapple juice. So I'm going to build this again using exactly the same proportions, which is going to be 45 mils of our Eldorado 3 aged white rum, 15 mils of our Sousa gentian-based liqueur, 15 mils of freshly squeezed lime juice, 10 mils of coconut syrup, and then 45 mils of our good quality pineapple juice. So we're going to shake up our classic Junglebird first of all, and then the white Junglebird, giving it a really good shake to really whip up the pineapple juice, getting that really nice creamy texture. Going to fine strain these over cubed ice into a nicely chilled glass, and you get that really nice kind of cascading look to the pineapple juice. And then again with the white Junglebird, fine straining it out. So the classic Junglebird is going to be a little bit more of a classic bittersweet flavor profile, coming from that Campari with a really nice kind of rich molasses forward rum. And then the White Junglebird is going to be a little bit more herbal, a little bit more kind of pina colada in the flavor profile from the pineapple and the coconut. And then they're both going to be garnished with a really nice big slice of dried pineapple. So we have the classic Junglebird and the White Junglebird. Enjoy.